Well, hello everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and Emily Noel just put up a video not too long ago all about the new collection from Milani based on their Luminoso blush, and right away I was like, I have to have it, I have to have it. But as she was going through the products, I realized I'm not gonna like most of those things. The gloss is fine. I have one of those glosses. I don't need that one. The eyeshadow palette, you know, I don't like Milani's eyeshadow formula that much, and I don't like the layout of the palette, so I don't want that. I don't want the lashes. The main part of the collection though was the blush, and I thought, you know what, I already have that. Let me pull it out and try it out. And I can't put it down. This is the look I have been wanting to wear constantly. It focuses very heavily on the blush. I put a little bit of it in my eyes as well. And I'm gonna show you how I got this look using all products I already owned. I didn't buy anything special for this video. I really just shot my stash, which is what I would highly encourage you to do as well, especially if you saw that new collection and you felt like me, like, I have to have it or I'm gonna die. Especially if you already have the blush, you probably don't need the rest of it. And not to say you shouldn't go buy what you want, live your life. I'm just saying, I thought I was gonna want it, but I really don't need it. So let me show you how I got this super glowy Luminoso glow without buying the new collection and just using what I have. Okay, first step, we're gonna do a little glowy primer. This is the Revlon Rose Glow Face Gloss. But kind of use whatever you have. If you have the e.l.f. like halo filter thing, any kind of glowy primer would really work here. I'm just shopping my stash for this, so that is why I'm using it. And I also really love it. It adds like this nice little pinky glow to the skin, and I really like it. See that little bit of pinky sheen it adds? So we're gonna let that sink in for a second. And if you can see through my nail polish, I smashed my finger in the wrought iron door a few days ago, and it's like turning my fingernail black, but I painted them kind of white so you could kind of see through it still. So if you're looking at my finger and you're wondering, yeah, I smashed it in the door, it hurts so bad. Okay, next step. All right, foundation. I'm gonna use the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. And this is actually a repurchase for me. I had this back when it came out-ish, I think, I don't know. And I didn't really like it. I thought it oxidized quite a bit, and it just wasn't the right shade for me. This one I repurchased in the shade Nude, and this is a brand that is exclusive to Dollar General. My mirror a little bit. And I like this shade a lot more. I think it's a really appropriate color for me, and I think I kind of love it, actually. It's a really, really good foundation. And this is what we're using today. It's just a nice, like, basic, you know, skin-like, not too much coverage. Lasts decently throughout the day. I also find that it does get a little bit oily throughout the day. I don't mind that, especially when I'm doing a look like this where I'm like wanting as much glow as possible. Okay, concealer. I'm gonna use a couple of different ones. I'm gonna use a different one under the eyes. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer. This is so underrated. I wish they would re-promote this, but if anything, they're probably gonna discontinue it. And then people will start discovering it, and then they'll be kicking themselves that they discontinued it. Kind of like those Revlon glass shine lip glosses or lipsticks that are like super going crazy popular right now. Revlon discontinued those a while ago, but for some reason they're like super popular right now, and I bet Revlon is kicking themselves for getting rid of them. Anyway, that's what's gonna happen with this. People are gonna start discovering it, and the Revlon, Maybelline's gonna be like, we shouldn't have discontinued that. It's just so nice, thin, undetectable under the eyes. Just a really, really pretty. But definitely use what you have and what you like. And then I'm going to use a little of the No. 7 Lift and Luminate Serum Concealer on the rest of my face. Just on little parts when I want a little bit more coverage, because although that foundation does cover really nicely, it doesn't cover, like, it's not too high of coverage is what I'm trying to say. And I want a little more coverage on like these pink cheeks of mine. Even though we're going to put a lot of blush on and really blush them up, I want them to look like the blush color and not like my skin color. Not the redness, you know. So we're gonna cover up that redness a little bit. And for powder, I am shopping my stash for something that's discontinued from Milani. This is the Prep Set and Glow Illuminating Transparent Powder. So if you have this, now is your time to bust it out. It just has a really pretty like satin finish to it, and it sets your makeup in place without mattifying it. So it's really, really nice. But definitely use what you have. If you have only mattifying powders, just use a little bit. Like just use a little to kind of set your makeup in place. But you can definitely bring some like that glowy life back with your setting spray. So even if you only have matte powders, still use it. Just use what you have. Just kind of use a little bit more of your glowy setting spray to kind of add that glow back. So just gonna set the makeup with this. So there we go. We got foundation, concealer, powder, looking really glowy and skin-like. Bronzer. Gonna shop my stash again for a glowy bronzer. This is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze. They still make this, they've just repackaged it. I don't know what it's called now. Lumi something? It's called Lumi, I think. It looks just like this, it's just a bigger, different colored packaging. And the lid did break off, but we're still gonna use it. And this is a bronzer that has a little bit of sheen to it. Like when you look at it in certain lightings, it looks like it has a gold sheen, glitter, dare I say. But it doesn't really look glittery on the skin. It's just really nice and glowy. Just a nice radiance. And it catches the light, like in the sun. It looks super pretty. And I'm not going to put on any highlighter today because the blush, the Luminoso blush from Milani, is definitely a blush lighter. It's a very highlighting kind of blush. It's super, super glowy. So depending on where you put this at on your cheeks, it will look like you have highlighter on. Obviously, you can use highlighter still if you want to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do blush. But first, let me throw on some eyebrows. I'm going to use the Kind and Free Brow Definer from Rimmel. I've never seen this line from them. I don't know if it's new or if it's just new to Walgreens, but that's where I found it. So I'm gonna throw on brow pencil, do my brows a little bit, and then we will be right back. Okay, brows are on, and I'm gonna use a little something on my eyes. I am gonna use the blush on my eyes as well, but I wanna put a little bit of something on the lids. And I'm going to use the Rimmel WonderCloud All Day Wear Soft Shadow in the shade Honey Drip. This is what it looks like here. These are really, really cool and so easy to use. So it's just a little like soft cream eyeshadow on a little like puffy applicator, and it's so, so soft. So I'm just going to color in my entire eyelid with this. And I think it just matches the blush color really, really well, at least on the eyes, and it blends in really nicely. And I'm just going to kind of blend it with my fingers just on the edges. Just kind of blend it up like that. Same on the other side. All right, easy peasy. Okay, and now for the star of the show, the Rimmel Luminoso Baked Powder Blush, the very, very famous blush from Milani. They are re-promoting this right now, which is what made me want to pull it out. So Emily Noel did a video, and I'm like, I have to pull that out, and I started putting it on, and I just couldn't stop. I was like, I want to just color in my entire face. So I almost used the wrong brush. Okay. So we're going to use this on the cheeks and a little on the eyes. I'm not going to put on any highlighter. I might, but I usually haven't been with this blush because, like I said, it's so, so, so glowy on its own. I just love it. And it's so different from what I've been using lately, which is just like kind of muted, blushy kind of colors, like a nude with a little bit of rosiness to it. See that highlighter effect that it gives you? Like it's very, very glowy. Definitely in the blush lighter kind of realm. So if you don't like glowy blushes and you don't want to look like you put highlighter all over your cheeks, this might not be for you, but I would say try it out anyway. It'll just add like this nice, beautiful radiance to your skin. You'll be addicted. Oh my gosh, I love it. Look at that highlight. Look at that glow. Okay, I'm also gonna put a little like this, just a little bit, because I did it the other day and I loved it. I loved it so much. Just that little bit of like sunburned kind of look. Perfect. Okay, now I'm just gonna get a little of the blush and throw it in the crease, and it blends in so nicely with that other eyeshadow. I haven't used this on its own all over the lid. I don't know why, I just haven't, but I bet you probably could. But I think it just kind of brings together the whole coral theme we got going on. Okay, I'm gonna do a little of the WonderCloud shadow on the lower lash line because I want a little bit of color down there. Just kind of blend it with my finger, really lightly. So it doesn't look too harsh, just a little bit of that coral color down there as well. I'm not putting any extra blush on my brush. I'm just gonna kind of use whatever I have left and kind of make sure it's nice and blended up here to the temples and kind of right at the corner of the eye a little bit. Not too much, just a little, just kind of make it look a little more, I don't know, a little more blurred, I guess. You can't really see where it starts and ends too much. Love it. Love it so much. I wanted to wear this every single day. Once I started pulling out this blush, I was like, I can't stop. I want it on my entire face. I am going to put on some black liner, and the one I had been using was the Tarte Surfer Curl gel liner, but I'm going to use this one from Rimmel, part of their Kind and Free line again. This is the Kind and Free Clean Eye Definer in the shade Pitch, and it's just a black eyeliner. I actually haven't used this yet, so oh my gosh, it feels really not dry, just kind of not as creamy of a glide, but I'm going to use this just on the waterline. I guess that was okay, not too, I thought it was gonna be a lot drier than it was, just based on that swatch. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna do a little bit of like a bright pop right on the inner corner. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Hello Halo Blush Lighter in the shade Highlight Bling. This is just what I pulled out to use that one day, and I'm just gonna use this brighter side here, just on a little brush right on the inner corner, just for another little glowy pop right there by the inner corner of the eye. Also gonna kind of carry it up just a little bit onto the lid. Not sure if you can see that little bit of radiance it brings to the corner of the eye. I love the way the skin looks right now. Here's a little close up. Just super glowy and glossy. Love it. Okay. All right, final couple steps, setting spray and mascara. So for setting spray, I'm gonna use the glowiest one that I have, and it's the Pixi Makeup Fixing Mist. I just can't stop using this. I can't stop talking about it. I love it so much. I did pour it into another bottle, so I'm gonna spray it from here, but I'm gonna spray that all over my face, and you'll kind of see that extra wet look it's gonna add to my skin. I love it so much. And it goes really well with like this mega ultra glow we got going on. It is a very wet setting spray, so I definitely fan it down because it takes a while to dry on your skin. Just a heads up. Okay, last step, mascara. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Sky High mascara on the lower lashes, and I forgot to grab the other one out. The number 7 Full 360 Ultra on the upper lashes. I can't put this mascara down. It's so, so good. So just gonna apply these. I think I want a little bit more on the lower lashes. I really want them to be living their own life. There we go. Okay, and then number 7 on the upper lashes. The only part of the like Luminoso collection that they came out with that really is speaking to me is that highlighter, that liquid highlighter. But I have a feeling it's gonna look exactly the same as the blush, because look how much glow that blush, I mean, yeah, the setting spray definitely intensified it, but you saw how much glow the blush alone gave the skin. I kind of think it's gonna be like, once you start putting on the blush, it might just cover up that highlighter anyway, so I really don't think it's necessary. But for some reason, I can't stop thinking about it. I really want it. Dang, my head's gonna be... And then to finish it off, the Flower Plump Up Gloss Stick. I love this so much. It's just so fun to click up and to put on. It's just so smooth, smooth and glossy. Love it. And that's it. That is my little Luminoso glow without buying anything from the new collection. Let me know what you think. I absolutely love the way this came out. Like, I think that setting spray just adds this nice extra, like, super mirror finish to the skin that I just really, really love. And if you're curious on how it wears throughout the day, everything wears great. The foundation lasts throughout the workday, but by the time I get home and I'm here for like an hour or so, it's starting to look a little worn down, but it wears throughout the day very, very well. And I think even if you don't set it with a lot of powder, like the powder I use today is really light, but the setting spray really, really does help prolong the look of your makeup, and I love it. But that is it. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss my next one. Let me know what you think of the video. Are you going to try out any of these products? I would highly encourage you just to try out using what you already have. I think the main thing from the collection is the blush. If you already have this, put it all over your face, put it on your eyes, try it out as the highlighter. I really don't think most of the products in the collection are very necessary, but makeup doesn't have to be necessary, you know, it could just be fun. And I love this blush, really glad I rediscovered it. But that is it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.